Hi guys, welcome to Tech Trick Tutorial. Today we're going to talk about AI tools for research. Top 6 tools you need to know. It's a step-by-step guide to follow easily, so don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Let's dive right in. Now there are 6 different tools that we will be showcasing and talking about in today's video. And of course, the first one that we will be talking about is ChatGPT. Now I know most of us watching this video, or most of you guys, are actually using ChatGPT for a lot of different purposes. This is because ChatGPT has a wide range of ability and it can basically do anything you ask it to produce unless you're asking it to produce something from the internet. Like for example, you could ask, what is the latest news? Of course, ChatGPT cannot produce that, especially for the free version, which is the 3.5, which is the version that I am currently using. And the reason for that is because the database of ChatGPT is limited to September 25. As you can see here, I think it's on 2022. That's the limit of the free version. And ideally, if you have access to ChatGPT 4, that is much better because it has better freedom, or it has a lot of functionality and it produces better outputs. Now, how does ChatGPT help with research? You could use ChatGPT to help you build your research for a lot of things. For example, you could ask ChatGPT to build a framework of what information you want, or you could ask help from ChatGPT to produce ideas or help you produce words. For example, you're stuck on a part. For example, let's generate something here. Create an introduction about our research paper talking about hydroponics. Now let's say I am a student and I'm having a hard time thinking or starting this research. So you could do something similar to this where you ask ChatGPT to produce something similar. Then you can simply click on enter and ChatGPT will produce an output over here, as you can see. Then you don't need to copy and paste. Of course, that's not really a good thing. If you're a researcher, you shouldn't copy and paste outputs from AI. So what you could do and utilize is you could take advantage of this idea generated by ChatGPT with a quick precision and a quick time, and you could use it to build your idea. You could use it as a basis for your information. For example, on the top, as you can see, in recent decades, global population growth, rapid urbanization have posed significant challenges. You could use this output as your basis or something that will help you increase your idea. Then you could also, for example, if you already have like a content, you could simply put the content that you have here, then say continue to ChatGPT, something like that. Then you could also ask ChatGPT to create a literature review for you. You could ask it to summarize a research, simply copy and paste the output over here. And that's basically it. That is how you could use ChatGPT. Of course, there are a lot of different ways that I have not mentioned. But as you can see with the way I presented it, you have a lot of ranges of activity that you could do and perform with ChatGPT. Now, the next AI is called Sight. Now, Sight AI is very similar to ChatGPT, where you could ask different types of questions, but this one has more features or functionality. Although ChatGPT doesn't really need more functionality or anything improvement because it's already good enough, but with Sight, you are offered with more products. You can see here, there's a lot of more things that you could do with this. And similarly with ChatGPT, you could ask questions, then you will get your answers. You will be able to ask different types of questions and ask help. Then you could approach this similarly with how you approach ChatGPT, and it will produce you the output that you may or may not want, because of course it depends on your output. And although this is more limited than the ChatGPT version, because as you can see, you are required to like sign in or activate your free trial, something like that. You need to connect your credit card to be able to fully access this actually. Then there are other products. As you can see here, you have your assistant. You can also search some citation statement directly or relevant facts and insight. This is very useful for research. You can also have some custom dashboard if you want, or reference check, as you can see, so to ensure that you are making high quality references. So it has features that are specifically designed for creating research papers. So you could you could actually use this as well. And moving on, we also have this AI called HeyGPT. Now, HeyGPT is not different or not too different with ChatGPT, but it has a lot more functionality, allowing you to communicate with it with more freedom. Because as you can see here, you could chat with it with audio, you could chat with it with documents. There's no monthly fees. You could transcribe audio, chat with PDF, chat with YouTube, or chat with websites, which is very useful and very helpful because you could simply download a PDF or a research paper, then you could upload it over here and talk about it with HeyGPT. For example, you found a journal talking about, like, let's use the same example that we use with ChatGPT. You could say that we have a journal about hydroponics. Then you can simply upload the document or even the PDF that you have downloaded, and you could communicate with HeyGPT. Like, for example, hey, can you summarize this? Hey, can you tell me what's the point or what's the main target of this research? All of those stuff. Or you could say, hey, I'm trying to create something similar to this topic. How can I start? Something like that. It's completely up to you on how you would like to approach it, but these are amazing platforms. And although this is currently in beta, and you would need to actually enter your API key to access it or to fully use it. Although for this one, you just need to get the API key of your OpenAI that you usually have when you have your own account in ChatGPT. And that's basically it for HeyGPT. It's ChatGPT with better features or experience because of all of these things that you are seeing right now. Now moving on, we have our fourth on the list. We have this platform called Elicit. Now Elicit is very simple. You're simply going to ask a research question and it will find papers related to that. You can also extract data from PDF or have a list of concepts. So let's try it over here. Let's say hydroponics. What are the benefits of hydroponics in nature? Then simply click on enter and it will search for papers that are related to your question, anything that is related papers, and it will give you a summary below as you can see here, and it will show you different types of information which is very useful. And it will also produce you like a summary of abstract and your final answer. So this is actually summarize or a summary of the top 4 papers, which is this one. And you will have this information over here, which is very useful. So if you have question, for example, you're trying to build an abstract or you're trying to find related literature, you can simply put in your question over here that it will even summarize top 4 papers for you with references, of course. But as you can see here, you have the papers. You will be able to see information such as the title, the abstract summary, and you can even see the author, when it was published, and the total citation as well. For example, the first one has 43 citation, which is something that would imply that it is a very useful or it's a very reliable paper. You could also select this, and you could click on Semantic Scholar or DOI, and if you click on Semantic Scholar, you will be redirected to the published post or the published website of this specific paper, and you will be able to like see more information about the paper. You have your citations, references, and related papers as well. And it has a lot of different things that you could do. Let's go back to our answers over here. You could change the sorting method over here. You could add like most recent, least recent, most cited or least cited over here. You could add columns such as a different duration, participant age, region, all of these things if you want to know those information. And it's a very simple tool to use. I could see, or you could see that it has a lot of potential on helping on a research aspect, especially for finding related papers, as you can see here. Now moving on, we have another platform that would allow you to discover connected research paper about your topic. So for example, let's go with hydroponics anyway. Hydroponics, then click on enter. It will show us a visual map of different papers that are related to the topic. For example, we type hydroponics over here and we have this topic over here. So let's select this and we will be able to find related literature about that specific article. You can see here. So if you have a specific title of specific paper that you're trying to look for related literature about, you simply put in the title over here. If you are able to find the specific paper, you could select it and you will be able to see all the different connected papers to that specific paper. As you can see here, all of this lines and dots are all connected papers to the specific paper that you have searched. And you will be able to see the connection between one another. As you can see here, there are some papers that are connected to each other. For example, this one is connected to only this one. But if you select this one, there are two other papers that are actually connected to it as well. And of course, if you select the main one, it will show you everything that is actually connected to it. You can see here, you will be able to see all the connection between one another. You can see the references, the cited by, all the necessary information that you would typically need on a research paper. And similarly, we have our last one over here called connected papers. It's the same process. You can simply put in the title or keywords over here, hydroponics. It's also a visual output or a visual map, similarly with this one. And it will build you a graph for you to be able to identify and see which papers are connected. You can see the same information but a different approach. So let's wait for it to load. It's almost done building, and there we go. You will be able to see the amount of papers connected to each other and how they are connected. You can also see a list over here. And like the most important thing is like you could also see the date on when it was published and all of those information and how they are all connected to one another. And the bigger the circle, the more connection it has. And that's basically it. Those are the 6 AI tools that you could utilize for research. If you enjoyed this video, consider leaving a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.